Last episode, did you notice at the end the music was backwards?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know what you thought about that, but it was kind of interesting because at the end of the last episode, we had a technical difficulty. Well, actually, the whole episode was riddled with technical difficulties. But I got to that point, and I'm like, what if I can just take the intro music and flip it around and make it another kind of like a technical difficulty? Okay, that's
Good idea. You guys, I think that you had so many technical difficulties because I wasn't on the episode. But I'm back now.
you are.
So this
back.
should be a stress-free episode.
I sure
We'll
hope
see.
so.
Right. Yeah, we'll see what happens. You feeling better, I take it?
I mean, it's like a roller coaster, isn't it? You know, this has been like 3 weeks. I got hit pretty hard with something. You know, I think every day's a little bit better, I think.
Must be that California air.
Yeah. all that smog.
It should. Well, see, you have to pay for it, so it should be really clean. It should be good.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. So,
I don't know
Dad, what
either.
was the problem? What ended up? Because you spent, I don't know, like 2 or 3 days trying to figure it out, at least.
Right. What happened is that for some reason, all my USB drives, I have like 14 terabyte worth of drives on my machine here, and it's all USB driven. The drives just started shutting down, and then my video, which is USB, also started shutting down. So it was quite a catastrophe. But I got immediately on the Microsoft forums and did some research and posted a few things, and I found out that there's a problem that Apple has a problem.
Get it right.
Apple has a problem with USB drives just turning off after so long. So there was an app out there that I was pointed to, and I downloaded the app, and it seems to be working just fine now. It keeps the drives alive.
It's
So-
the Mouse Wiggler app.
No, Mouse Wiggler? No.
The one that makes you seem like you're active, but you're not.
No, well, I don't know how this works. It's called amphetamine, I believe it is.
It sounds like a drug.
Yeah, well,
Right.
yeah. And what it does is there's a bunch of different things that it can do to keep the PC alive. See, what I do is I close the cover. I got 2 monitors, and I just close the cover. So the laptop thinks it's going to sleep after about an hour or so. So if you don't move the mouse, and I didn't move the mouse that day, it just conks out and quits, and the USBs start to just disable. So
Man, when your computer falls asleep during a podcast, I don't think that's a good sign.
yeah, it's I guess I'm boring.
Well,
You said it, we didn't.
Okay.
I've had the problem not with hard drives necessarily, but I don't always have hard drives hooked up. But with my audio interface, if I unplug my computer or unplug the interface, I let my computer sit for too long. When I go to plug it back in, my audio interface won't connect. It just won't. And so the only thing I can do is reboot the computer to get the audio interface to actually start working again. And I downloaded that app, and it doesn't look like that it started up when I rebooted. So I don't know, setting or something.
Yeah, it is a setting.
All right, so this episode is going to be all about, we're going to call it Guitars and Groundhog, or Guitars and Groundhogs. Which is better, Groundhogs and Guitars, or Guitars and Groundhogs?
First one.
I don't know.
Well,
Just pick one.
all right. Well, since we are the Pandemic Guitar Podcast, we'll start with the word guitars and groundhogs. And obviously, we're going to talk, well, not obviously, but we are going to talk a little bit about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame today. Sound like a plan?
Yep,
Yeah.
it does.
It is Groundhog's Day. Happy Groundhog Day, and welcome back to Pandemic Podcast, where we only serve guitar awesomeness along with a few groundhog facts that we all know that nobody asked for. We're your hosts. I'm Tim. Hello. And Rick on mic number 2.
Hello, everybody.
And Amanda on mic number 3.
Hello, I'm back.
Indeed you are. Indubitably.
Also, Groundhog's Day, just to be clear, Groundhog's Day is February 2nd.
Is it February 2nd?
Yes.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
Do you want to cut it out?
Oh, I'm going to
You wanna
have
restart?
to now, or I'll just leave it in. Who cares? It is, in fact, yeah, you're right. It is February 2nd. Well, whatever.
This episode comes out on the 9th, but Groundhog Day was the 2nd.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be hard to edit.
That's all right.
All right. So the obvious question everybody knows by now because it's been a week later. The groundhog did, in fact, see its shadow. And you know what that means.
More winter.
Yes, 6 more weeks of winter, but it also means 6 more weeks of me being stuck in a guitar learning rut. I believe 6 more weeks until Rick finishes the music for music history. And 6 more weeks until Amanda finally buys a guitar.
True. Facts
Yeah,
right there.
What's going on with that?
With me buying a guitar?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I've been sick, so I haven't really been. My mind hasn't been on that, but I'm still going to. It's just just haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a coupon here for you that you're more than welcome to use.
Okay.
It's a wonderful $10 off.
Oh.
But you have to use it before February 5th. I'm sorry, April 5th.
Oh, okay. Well, that gives you more time.
It does.
Yeah.
And
That'd be great.
I have 2 of those. I think I have about $40 worth.
Can you combine them? Is the question?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can. Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh well, send them over.
Well, but you got to use them.
Well, yeah.
If you don't,
yeah. Okay,
you
so
don't-
you're telling me I can use 3 $10 coupons.
No. I have, I think, well, Tim has a 10.
Yep.
I have a 10, but then I also have a 30.
That's like,
Okay.
hold on.
Well,
Hold on. Let's do the math
Yeah,
here. I got to
please
use my
do the math
fingers.
for me.
Okay, so I have a 10.
Right.
And you have
Another
a 10. Okay, so
Another 10.
that's 2. So
Right.
the 0. That's 20. Okay.
Right.
All right. So now we have, what's the other one?
30.
30.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna do fingers in multiples of 10. So we'll add 3 more. That's $50.
That's $50 off.
Are you sure that I can use all those at
Yes.
once?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean,
Done
that's a no-brainer.
I've done it before.
That's a no-brainer. I mean, that makes me want to buy one even more now that I can get it cheaper.
If you wait until next month, I'll have another one.
Really?
Yep. Don't know how much.
When do yours expire, though?
Hold on. I'd have to look now. I don't have it here. I think it's probably April.
Yeah, that's the only trick
Okay.
is that they do have an expiration date on them, and you have to use them before the expiration date.
Oh, that's fine. I could do that by April. Cool beans.
Yep.
All right. So, do you have some interesting facts about?
Yeah. Okay. So since this is the Groundhog Day episode,
Right. Not
did you guys-
Groundhog's Day.
No,
Just the Groundhog episode.
Episode. Yeah.
I'm just gonna
we're
leave it in.
celebrating Groundhog Day late. Okay. So did you guys know that the groundhog is actually considered a squirrel? 'Cause I didn't know that.
No,
I did.
I had no idea because when I think of a squirrel, I think of a little annoying tree rat with a fluffy tail.
No, that's what I thought. But no, this is considered a giant North American squirrel. Who
Huh.
would have thought?
Really?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I would think that they would be more closely related to like a beaver or something.
Yeah, or like what do they call the marmot or marmot?
No.
Oh, I can't
Otter.
remember.
Okay.
Sure, that
Uh,
too.
marmot.
Maybe they are.
Ah.
I don't
Who
know.
knows?
All right, well, I mean, I
I
guess
don't
at least it's a North American squirrel.
Right. All right, and then I have one more fact that I thought was really interesting. I didn't know if you guys knew that during hibernation, so the groundhog hibernates between October through February. What they do is they're known to shred guitar solos with its tiny but nimble fingers. Did you know that?
What? I did not know that.
I know. I wonder who the Groundhog's musical influences are.
That's a good question. I tried to reach out to one for comment, and I couldn't. They didn't return. They didn't return my call. So,
Could it be Yngwie Malmsteen?
what? What's that?
You don't know who Yngwie is?
No.
Oh, he's a neoclassical guitarist.
Really?
Yep. Listen to him once in a while.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
but it's probably not that.
Yeah,
I would assume. Yeah, I would assume it's some kind of, I don't know, something with polka.
Did you?
Something associated with polka.
Weird Al Yankovic is the
There you
Groundhog
go.
musical influence.
He's got the Groundhog has like a little curly wig.
Some music news.
Yeah.
I know, Dad, you're the one that put the first one out.
Yeah, blues guitarist Anthony Topham died on January 23rd.
Yeah.
And he was best known for being the lead guitarist of the Yardbirds.
And the Yardbirds have been in our episodes lately.
Yes, that's why I figured I'd include it there. I believe he was replaced by Jeff Beck, I think is who replaced him. So I don't know whether he voluntarily left the band. I don't really know the history of him.
Isn't he somehow connected to Eric Clapton too?
Yeah, well, Eric Clapton was in the Yardbirds also.
Okay.
Both Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton. So
Is
yeah,
the
lot of
Yardbirds
history
one
there.
of those music bands kind of like Styx, where it's not really, because a lot of people, and I always thought of this when you look at a band, right? The band is these people, and as long as these people are around and alive and can tour, the band survives. But when I went to that concert, they made it sound like Styx is more of, it's a band, yes, but it's a company, and people can come and people can go, but Styx will be around for virtually ever. And it's just kind of starting to sound like the Yardbirds are that way.
Yeah, well, sort of. Everybody likes when the band sticks together. Everybody gets used to the people and the names that are in the band and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden they break apart, or people pass away, and they get new people in there. It just depends.
Yeah. Well, here's what I can say. All you musicians out there, wrap yourselves in bubble wrap, stay home, and record, because we're getting kind of tired of having sad news in each episode.
I would agree. Yeah.
Just everybody's dying.
Yep.
That's true.
Weird.
Well, that's what happens when you get old, I guess. The next one, Amanda, actually the next two you added, which are pretty. Well, the first one's kind of cool.
Yeah, this one's cool. So, a bride and groom in Idaho Falls, Idaho, exchanged electric guitars instead of wedding rings in what has been named the most metal wedding ever. That's pretty cool, in my opinion.
I think it is. I don't think it has to be metal. I'm sure that their favorite genre or whatever's metal.
Right, but it was an electrifying experience.
Wow, did you think of that one on your own? Did you see pictures? Did you guys look up the article from this? Did you see pictures of the couple? This couple is like a straight up like 80s, I don't know, The Cure, like teased black hair, total like 80s wedding gown. It was different. It was different.
Huh. Okay.
I would not have expected that coming out of Idaho Falls, Idaho. I'll just say that.
I'm trying to find the article now. Oh, there it is. Couple exchanged Gibson guitars instead of rings at their. What the hell is that?
I told you.
that looks straight out of Beetlejuice.
I told you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's different.
Wow. It's cool. I love the concept of it.
Straight out of Beetlejuice.
Don't say it a third time. Don't do it.
Yeah, I don't think 2023 needs that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I've just always heard of the traditional wedding rings, so that was different.
But here, let me see if I can Control-Shift-4, and I'm just gonna
let Dad see it.
I'm just gonna text this to you real quick, Dad.
Let me take a look at it here. Oh, piece of cake. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
All it says is electric guitars.
Yeah, they're either. Hold on, let me blow up the picture.
That article, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna be disappointed if they're Epiphones.
Well, yeah, because it says the title: a couple has exchanged Gibson guitars instead of rings, and then that's the cover picture.
You know what they are?
What?
They're Explorers.
Okay.
Gibson Explorers.
Is that a good guitar? Or
Oh yeah, I had one
okay,
long time ago when
Back
before,
when you were metal.
Yeah, back when. No, well, not yeah.
is Gibson a very metal guitar? I don't even know.
No, well, it can be used for anything basically. Any metal, blues, anything.
Okay.
But yeah, that's an Explorer.
All right.
Interesting. The more you know.
Yeah.
But if they got matching guitars for their wedding outfits there.
I would just
I didn't even notice that. She got a white guitar, he got a black guitar. I didn't even notice that.
I would just expect something like that, like out of Portland and not Idaho, because Portland's motto is like keep Portland weird. It's like, yeah, you can keep your weird. Keep it there.
Yeah, but I mean, doesn't Idaho they have a pretty big college there, don't they?
Boise? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So you would think, I mean, a huge college is going to bring in people from all over, probably the world.
Yeah, but this is Idaho Falls. I think that's like a few hours from Boise.
Is it? I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the final one. And I'm not going to look this one up.
Okay. So the final piece of music news is Shakira's guitars will be displayed at the Grammy Museum. That's right. Beginning March 4th, you can shake your hips over to Los Angeles to view her guitars, including one diamond-encrusted electric guitar with over 70,000 black crystals.
Oh, shake your... Okay, so...
She has a song called Hips Don't Lie.
Right, I get
it. Did anybody get this?
I got it. I got it. But here's what I'm saying, is that I don't think, not that I've seen or watched a whole lot of Shakira, but I don't think I've ever seen her play an instrument.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
So...
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think maybe it was in her earlier days when she would just sing in Spanish. I think she played the acoustic quite a bit. I don't know if she does anymore, but
yeah, I don't know. And maybe she does play during like recordings and stuff, and then during concerts she doesn't.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, but how much is a diamond encrusted electric guitar?
Probably worth even more since Shakira played it.
Well, yeah.
And it had something to do with the Super Bowl, because I don't remember what year it was, but her and J-Lo did the Super Bowl halftime show one year.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That was a few years ago.
And I think she played one of them there, and so that's going to add value to it as well.
Yeah. I was actually going to say we could bring up the Super Bowl real quick, because this year's Super Bowl is against the Eagles and the Chiefs. So, yeah, the most boring Super Bowl that you could possibly watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm over the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles are always at the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you script the whole season. But what they're saying is, because I've talked to a lot of people, and it's like, it's the Chiefs and the Eagles. I feel like that Super Bowl is Groundhog's Day in itself.
Right.
You know.
And they're probably going to win.
I hope. Well, see, I don't want the Chiefs to win because I
Why?
Can't stand the Chiefs.
Why? It's a Midwest team. Why would you support?
I don't want to support the Eagles either, but yeah.
There's a lesser of two evils here.
Okay, but let's talk about the halftime show.
Right, which is Rihanna. Well.
Right. Yeah. And so everybody's like, well, I mean, the commercials still should be good. I'm like, do you remember one commercial from last year's Super Bowl? I don't.
Was last year the one with that new vehicle that Bill Murray was driving, and he had the groundhog on his lap?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
I
See, I
literally
don't
don't remember a single, like, I can remember commercials from years back, but last year was just so boring.
Yeah, it was.
And it's because we just can't be funny anymore without offending somebody,
right.
you know. But Chris Stapleton is going to be singing the national anthem, so I will stick around for at least that.
But I mean, last year I thought the halftime show was good.
Oh, with Eminem,
like Eminem,
and Dr. Dre,
Dre,
Snoop Dogg. Yeah, that was a pretty good
It was a
halftime.
good one.
Yeah.
Dad's like, I have no idea. Hello?
Hi, everybody.
It's like glazed over.
We started talking about the Super Bowl. Dad went to sleep.
Dad just tuned out. Did
Yep.
your computer go to sleep or did you?
No, I'm sitting here. I'm just like, huh?
Okay. All right.
All
Well,
right.
there's your music news.
Yeah, no, that's good. We'll take a quick pause for that music news jingle. Okay, and we're back.
No. That's for music history.
Oh, yeah, music. Okay, we don't. Okay.
And which is actually coming up. So, yes, you're correct. That's correct.
Well, do you want to do music history now, or do you want to talk about our main topic?
Yep. Nope. We'll go with the main topic.
Okay, so I think between last episode and this episode, we're kind of having trouble trying to figure out what kind of topic to talk about. And it just hit me a couple nights ago because there's been so much on our Instagram feed and Facebook, and people are talking about it. It's in the news. And that is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2023. Right now, you get to vote. I guess registered fans get to vote on their favorite nominees.
Can anybody tell me where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is located?
I think it's Ohio.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep, Cleveland.
Well, you said L.A. the other day, and I was like, no, sure not.
No, I think that's where they had, they filmed their live show.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because every year they do a live show, and, some of the artists are good and stuff like that.
Right.
Some of it stinks.
Some. Yeah.
I remember, I think it was a few years ago, what's his name from Maroon 5?
Oh, Adam Levine.
Adam Levine, yeah. He did a version of Purple Rain, which was pretty good.
That's surprising.
So, did you say that was surprising?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Hate for the Adam Levine.
That guy's kind of scummy.
Well,
and I don't like Maroon 5 anyway, so.
Well, yeah, I know it's not your genre of music, but okay, so the topic or the thing that always creates the controversy around the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is the inductees, the people who get nominated and voted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You don't think of them as rock and roll. Right. And I think it was a year or two ago, I think 2 years ago, it'd be 3 now. I think Notorious B.I.G. was inducted. I think the year after that, Eminem was inducted. You're starting to see a lot more people come into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that you just don't think are rock and roll.
Right.
And
true.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought that when I was looking through the nominees, I was like, what?
Well, yeah, let's just list them out real quick. So the nominees in the order that they're listed on the website is A Tribe Called Quest. And some of these I don't recall. I haven't heard. So I listened to a few of them between yesterday and today. A Tribe Called Quest. I brought it up on my music player. I listened to a few songs on shuffle. Not only but no.
It's hip hop.
Yeah.
Well,
isn't it?
I guess it's a form of hip hop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But nothing played that made me go, oh yeah, that's who they are. I'm sure they have a song out there. I just didn't hear it. So yeah, I'm going to say that's a hard pass for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kate Bush.
She's from the 80s.
Been around a long time. Well, you have to be, so you have to your first album has to be at least 20, I think 25 years old.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know
you
that.
have to have been making music for at least 25 years, if I understand it correctly. That's one of the criteria to be nominated. Now, I listened to Kate Bush for about an hour and a half at work yesterday. No,
Okay.
I don't.
Here's my problem with that is
Okay.
the only reason why Kate Bush is back in the mainstream right now is because of season 5 of Stranger Things. Her song Running Up That Hill basically brought her name back into the mainstream media. And I think that is why she's getting recognition.
Oh.
I mean, right or not, but it's like, well, how come we didn't recognize her years ago? Like, why did it take that song blowing up on Stranger Things, to get her as a nominee?
That's a great point. And I didn't even think about that. I didn't even know that because I have not watched all Stranger Things seasons, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But same thing with Metallica. Metallica wasn't really
Right.
known by lottie-dottie everybody until whatever episode of Stranger Things. And all of a sudden it's blown up everywhere. Everybody's a
Right.
newborn Metallica fan.
Right, because they heard one song. Yeah.
Right. Which Metallica, like almost everything Metallica makes is great, in my opinion.
Your opinion would be right.
Okay. I was not expecting that. I was expecting your opinion doesn't count.
No.
Yeah. So, okay, I didn't know
So
that.
you like Kate Bush?
No.
You don't like Kate Bush?
I didn't hear anything that made me go, oh yeah, I like
Okay.
this. And again, it's my taste, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sheryl Crow. I know Sheryl Crow.
Yep. Been around for a long time.
Been around for a while. She's got some great songs out there. At first, I didn't think of her as rock and roll, but then I kind of thought to myself, well, over the years, she's done a lot of collaborations with a lot of people, and she's crossed over into multiple genres. So I guess I can see that.
I can too.
Mm-hmm.
Missy Elliott. This one was a far reach for me.
That's a reach. Yep.
I mean, I think she started out, I want to say like rap, reggae, pop.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying that she has deep roots in blues. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't recognize the name. So.
Yeah, that's not surprising. How about Iron Maiden?
Yeah, I could see that.
So I thought Iron Maiden was already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I guess not.
No. Apparently, from what I understand, again, limited reading, they get nominated all the time and just never make it.
So only one can win out of all these, right?
No, so, all right. I think it changes a little bit from year to year, but it sounds like you have, maybe 12 to 16 inductees, or not inductees, nominees. And then you get to vote, and depending on how many nominees there were is going to depend on how many inductees. So I think this year it's probably going to be 5 or 6 of the list are going to make it in.
Oh, okay.
Again, I don't know. I'm not a huge follower of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but it just popped up in like, this is kind of relevant. And it probably should be something that we at least are knowledgeable about, especially since we are doing this podcast. Excuse me. How about Joy Division?
I think I've heard of them, but I can't think of any songs off the top of my head.
So here's where I'm kind of stuck on this one because it's Joy Division / New Order. Joy Division was around, I think they have 2 albums that they released. I think 79 to 82, it was Joy Division. And then I can't remember if it was one of the members. I don't remember if it was like the lead guitarist or the singer, but one of the members ended up committing suicide. And the band had already said if one of the members leaves, or anything happens, they will no longer be Joy Division. So they brought somebody else into the band and became New Order.
Okay.
So are you bringing in Joy Division or are you bringing in New Order? I have a problem with
Right.
it being both.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Because the original band that created that music, that they're being essentially nominated for, is really no more.
Well, and Joy Division kind of had one sound, and when they went to New Order, I think they started off maybe with, I didn't listen to New Order, but I did read a little bit, and I think they started off with that Joy Division sound and then quickly realized that that's not where the listeners were, so they changed their sound to be different, and that's kind of where New Order gained their popularity.
Interesting.
So...
Yeah.
So yeah, that one's a little weird to me, but their music wasn't horrible.
It's about to get more weird.
Cyndi
Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper.
I mean, she has been around for a long time. I would not call her rock and roll whatsoever. At all.
I have a hard time with that one too.
So why?
She's poppy. If I could compare her, I'd say she would be like Madonna of the 80s, like just poppy.
I do get that, but okay, let's see here if I can go back to this, because I guess this is kind of in the middle of everything. But the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame did actually change their mission statement because of all the kickback and everything from historically over the last couple of years. Everybody's been like, they're not rock and roll. How are these people getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before this band or this artist or da-da-da-da-da? They're not rock and roll. And I get that because you say Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, not the Country Music Awards.
Right.
I don't see some of these artists getting into the Country Music Hall of Fame.
No, but there's a great solution to it. Just drop rock and roll and call it the Music Hall of Fame. If you're going to have all these different genres in one...
I would almost agree with that. But here's their mission statement. Born from the collision of rhythm and blues, country and gospel, rock and roll is a spirit that is inclusive and ever-changing. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame celebrates the sound of youth culture and honors the artists whose music connects us all. Because I was about to give credit to Cyndi Lauper because of her psoriasis commercials.
Okay.
I mean, how many people has she influenced to get this medication? But that's not music. That's medication.
Right. I still wouldn't call most of these people rock and roll, even with that mission statement. What they say, blues and gospel and
blues, country. Gospel, and
no.
So yeah, they're bringing in basically the primary genres, and then they're saying, you're celebrating the sound of youth culture and honoring the artists whose music connects us all. Whose music connects us all, I think, is probably the only piece of that says, yeah, okay, everybody, whether you want to admit it or not, has listened to Cyndi Lauper.
Girls just want to have fun.
Shh, I know, girl, right? George Michael.
Yeah, I don't know anything about George Michael.
So
I don't know anything either.
So actually, I didn't either. But if you look up George Michael and just listen to his music, almost every song we have all heard.
Really?
Careless Whisper.
Nope.
Somebody to Love. Faith.
No.
Father Figure. Those are all 5 top tracks for him.
Huh.
Okay.
Isn't he dead?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, I think he is. I think that's all I know about him.
So he does have a lot of big hits. I don't know if I would call it rock and roll, but
nah.
All right. Here's one that I think everybody can agree on, and a clear winner. Willie Nelson.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So Willie Nelson, from what I read, from a couple articles that were talking about why he's a nominee. And really it boils down to 2 reasons. One, he's got that image, that outlaw image that represents rock and roll. I'm an outlaw. And the other thing is that he was advocating for legalizing marijuana before apparently doing that was considered cool. Those are the reasons why people are saying that he deserves to be inducted.
Yeah, so Willie Nelson's outlaw look is what brings us all together.
Yeah. I mean, he's collaborated with a gazillion people. He's still making music today.
I thought he's gone.
No,
he's still around.
Okay. Huh.
Nope. Willie Nelson.
Oh, I'm thinking of Johnny Cash. He's gone, isn't he?
Yes.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, there's your people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Rage Against the Machine fan, but
okay, but you like the guitar player.
I do like Tom Morello. I think that he's doing really interesting stuff. And they're really popular, and they've been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of see that one. Soundgarden.
Little Black Hole Sun.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when's the last time you heard Soundgarden since Black Hole Sun?
Yeah. Were they a one-hit wonder?
To me, they were a one-album wonder. They had one album that had all their hits on it, and then that was it.
Yeah.
But who was it?
Chris Cornell.
So I think Soundgarden is getting nominated because of Chris Cornell.
Right.
Another person who has really like walked into the light over the past few years.
No, well, he's also no longer with us. That's probably why.
He died in 2017. That's right.
Yep.
Totally forgot about that. But he's coming back. Like, he's becoming popular. Like, everybody's watching, and I do it all the time. I'm watching his stuff on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
The Spinners. Got no clue.
No idea.
Motown.
They're Motown?
That makes sense.
Yep. Motown.
Okay.
All right, so there's your blues Motown. The White Stripes.
It looks like the with stripes.
That's called dyslexia. I think that one's a good one. And Warren Devon.
No idea.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
Don't know that one. But I feel like we missed somebody.
I don't think so.
Oh, because it's Warren Zevon, not Devon. It's
okay,
Warren
who typed this out? Should be fired.
Warren Zevon is that Werewolves of London.
Oh yeah, I've heard that song.
Yeah,
that's about the only one.
I think I listened to a couple of his songs, and it sounded like 16 minutes of Werewolves of London.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then what was it? You sent me, Rick, the other day. You sent me, and I couldn't find this, but it has like kind of where the voting stats are as of that period in time. And it looks like your top 5 nominees right now voted by, I'm assuming, the fans.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I got it off the site. And it has Cyndi Lauper as being number 1.
Yep.
George Michael as being number 2. Willie Nelson as being 3. Soundgarden is 4. Iron Maiden is 5.
Now, what's going to be incredibly funny about that, because I'm assuming that since those are in the black, that you're going to get five people are going to be inducted.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And Iron Maiden is number 5. I'm going to laugh if they decide to cut it down to 4, and Iron Maiden misses again.
So close.
So close, Iron Maiden. There's no room for you here.
Well, they're about they're 9,000 from the other position. So.
Well, and these are as of yesterday or whatever.
Yeah, as of yesterday.
I wonder what kind of voting machines they're using.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Hanging
You just never know. You just never
Iron
know.
Maiden is going to demand a recount. What are you, from Florida? But yeah, so I just find it interesting, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and how they're adapting to get all these people in, or and to open up the doors. Because I think what do you think of when you think of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll bands.
Okay, so what is a rock and roll band? And it's not a trick question.
People, like a group of people that create their own music, that play their own instruments, that, you know, I don't know. It's like, you know, that live a rock and roll lifestyle. I don't know. Not Cyndi Lauper. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so the Oxford Dictionary says that rock and roll is a type of popular dance music originating in the 1950s, characterized by a heavy beat and simple melodies. Rock and roll was an emaglem, and I had to look that word up too, but it basically means like taking two things and mixing them together, of rhythm and blues and country music, usually based on a 12-bar structure and instruments including guitar, bass, and drums.
Okay. I think Elvis, didn't he essentially create rock and roll? Isn't that what they're saying?
Is he the king? He's the king.
Well, we know he's the king, but
I mean,
thought
Michael Jackson is the king of pop.
Yeah.
But look at that. Google knows what I want. You're absolutely right. The king of rock and roll is Elvis Presley.
Right. But I was under the assumption that he essentially was crowned as kind of like the creator of it, of rock and roll, the start of it. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who everybody strives to be. You know, that's your competition. The same thing with Michael Jackson. Everybody that wanted to be in the pop genre, that was your competition.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's interesting to see who's being nominated and who's being inducted. I didn't go back. They do have on their website the history of all the nominees or the inductees and when they were inducted, and there's tons of information there. I'm just trying to make sense of it. I agree with you, Amanda. It should eventually go from Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to just Music Hall of Fame. Just make it one big thing. Right.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to please everyone. That's just like on the big thing about the MTV Music Awards is, you know, they had an R&B category and like Justin Bieber was in it. And people were like, he shouldn't be in R&B. That makes no sense. And Justin Bieber was fighting for that. He's like, I'm not pop anymore. I'm R&B. And people were like, no, you're pop. We don't care what you think that you are. You're pop. And so there was a big stink about that too. So
see, I don't remember that probably because it's Justin Bieber and MTV. Right. You know, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think we had MTV growing up. But I know we did. We?
Yep.
All right. Well, I can tell you this. When I watched MTV, it was music videos. Now MTV is everything but music videos.
Yeah, it's like reality TV shows.
Yeah.
When I grew up, there was no such thing as TV.
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't. We didn't have MTV.
You had radio.
We did. Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because growing up, I was all about the TV. I always wanted to be around a TV. I always wanted to watch TV. Now I could care less about TV. I want to listen. And I don't know if you've watched The Last of Us.
No.
It's an amazing show. Episode number 3 is good. The storyline is great. Visually, I would rather not have watched it. But right after the episode, HBO apparently now has, because it's an HBO original, they apparently have it now where you can listen to the episode on your audio device without having to watch it. I've been asking for that for years.
Wow.
If I could go on my phone and be like, oh, HBO, this show, and then just listen to it without having to like stream a video, done.
Interesting.
Well, that's, I guess, the rock and roll, or what we have for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It is Cleveland, Ohio, which is about 9.5 hours if we don't stop for gas or food.
And according to people in California, Ohio is Iowa.
Well, yes, we have potatoes. They're just not in the ground. They're in the grocery store.
Right. Everybody's like, oh, you're from Ohio, right? I'm like, yes.
Ohio.
That is where I'm from.
So, yes, 9.5 hours. And guess what's in between Iowa, and Cleveland, Ohio, the Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame.
Chicago?
What's in between?
Well,
What do you mean?
Chicago is.
What do you mean? What do you mean by what's between?
I'll tell you what. We have about 4,000 stickers from them.
Oh, Sweetwater.
Yep.
Oh, Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. So I think that would be cool sometime to take a weekend trip. Maybe sometime hit up the Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame. And there we go, right there. Not that anybody can see it, but there's a Sweetwater sticker.
Yep.
You should actually call them up and see if they will give you credit for sending some of those stickers back, because the last order that I had did not come with a sticker. So they
Really?
got to be running low.
How dare they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dad's got them all.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
5 cents a piece.
What year are you in? This is 2023. Those are
Oh, I'm
35
sorry.
cents
Quarter a piece.
Account for inflation.
Yeah.
Quarter
Whatever
a
you
piece.
do, don't ask for it in Dogecoin.
Oh, jeez. Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on to the final thing. I think this is the last thing we got. It's music history.
Music history that we still don't have a tune for. So just imagine one.
Thanks.
There you
Rub
go.
it in. Rub it in.
Well,
rub
we've
it
already
in.
covered this. The Groundhog saw his shadow. It's going to be 6 more weeks.
Wait, what? That's not under music history. What are you talking about?
No, at the beginning of the show, remember I said that means 6 more weeks of winter, 6 more weeks that I'm going to be stuck in a rut, 6 more weeks till you buy a guitar, and then 6 more weeks until Dad gets the music history piece
Oh,
done.
yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So you had
you've
6
had
So
weeks.
right there is a callback to Groundhog's Day because everybody's already experienced that.
Did you guys
Okay.
watch Groundhog Day on Groundhog Day?
I did.
We did.
No.
You don't watch? Have you ever seen Groundhog Day with Bill Murray?
Yeah.
You didn't watch it though.
No. I mean,
Why
not on
wouldn't you?
because I've got other things to do on Groundhog's Day.
What else could you possibly have to do on Groundhog Day?
Well, I mean, work. I mean, it's not a federal holiday.
No, it's one of those things you get off, you clock out for the day, and then you get home, you get in your jammies, and then you turn on Bill Murray.
Oh, see, that's it. I don't have the jammies.
Oh. Okay. All right. That's great. And on that note, we're moving on to music history. All right. Ready? On this day, February 9th, 1964, the Beatles made their live U.S. television debut on CBS TV's The Ed Sullivan Show. They performed 5 songs, including their number 1 hit at the time, I Want to Hold Your Hand. An estimated 73 million people watched the program. Prior to that broadcast, prior to that broadcast, CBS received more than 50,000 applications for the 72 seats in the TV studio. That's crazy.
So I wonder if those seats were free or if they cost money.
Well, they were probably free because, the Beatles weren't probably that big at that point yet.
Oh, I have to imagine
think
they were if they were
Yeah.
if they received 50,000 requests.
But it was their first live U.S. television debut.
Right, but they were performing over in England for a long time.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think about that.
1948, it looks like, was when the Ed Sullivan Show came out. Okay, so the Ed Sullivan Show had been around for, 20 years?
Dad would know. That's his time frame.
Yeah, it was around for a while.
Or 14 years, I guess. Okay. Well, I was just curious if it was kind of one of those things where, TV was brand new. Everybody's trying to get on TV to maximize their exposure and, the Beatles and the Ed Sullivan Show. But that is apparently not the case. When did the Beatles first come to America?
With the Titanic, I have no idea. I literally don't know.
Titanic didn't make it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. All right.
No, I think
February
the first time
7th, 1964. So it would have been the same time. So that was literally the Beatles' first U.S. performance.
That's what I'm saying. So how would people have that exposure to them already?
radio.
Yeah, I was going to say radio.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah. They've been around for a while before that. They were playing in bars and stuff in England and Germany and all those countries over there.
Crazy.
Oh, apparently the Beatles are going to be popular in history.
What?
You have another one.
Oh, yes. February 9th, 1972, Paul McCartney made his live debut with Wings with a surprise concert at Nottingham University in the UK.
So Wings is a band?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
look
no.
at that. There he is. Unwilling to continue as a solo artist after his 2 low-profile albums recorded in the wake of the Beatles split, Paul McCartney put together a new group based around the core trio of McCartney and his wife Linda and the ex-Moody Blues guitarist Denny Lane. Interesting. Look at that. We're all learning together.
You know what I've been listening to? This band called Faces. Anybody heard of it?
No, is it Faces?
CES, yes. And Rod Stewart was the frontman. They're like a bluesy English rock band from 1969.
Well, look at that. Have you
You've
heard of
never
them?
heard of them, Dad?
No.
Okay.
Have to check it out.
Weird.
I will do that.
All right.
You ready for that outro,
Yeah,
Captain Poopy Pants?
Anybody got anything to add to this episode before Captain Poopy Pants closes this out?
Did you see that in the notes?
You were editing the notes yesterday afternoon, and I saw you moving around in there, and you highlighted that sentence, and I quick backspaced it and typed in Captain Poopy Pants.
I saw you do it.
Oh, I was dying.
I saw you do it. I'm like, all right, whatever. Oh, all right, whatever. Let's go, Princess Poopy Pants. What's next? Our next episode of Pandemic Guitars. Does anybody have a suggestion or an idea for a topic?
Yeah, send us ideas.
Well, yeah, we need all the help we can get.
Yeah. Send us an anonymous message, anonymous email, whatever, with a nice topic.
Yeah, and if we don't get a topic, what do you think? Should we talk about different tools and resources that we get our information or something along that lines?
Yeah, like apps and online tools for guitar players.
I like
Why
it.
not?
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you want to hear about that, then continue to do what you do and don't contact us at email pandemicguitar@icloud.com or on Instagram @pandemicguitar. Just don't even bother reaching out to us. Just listen to the episode and move on with your daily life. But if you want to hear something that is interesting to you, reach out. Let us know. We'll see what we can do. All right. I think that's going to be an episode, everybody. I'll see y'all later.
Yep. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, hey, real quick. Shout out to
What was that?
Mom. Happy birthday, Mom, from all of us. Her birthday is February 5th. Happy birthday.
Happy
We
late
love
birthday when
you.
this comes out.
Yeah. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
All right. See y'all next time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, everybody.